Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Imam Sharif Shahata. And we welcome my wonderful guest speaker today, my beautiful wife, Mindy. And today we have a very important topic that concerns a lot of people in the United States, Muslim and non-Muslim. And we decided that we're going to give the aspect and the opinion of from Islamic point of view and from humanity and also from women rights too, inshallah. Which is we let you start it to say what is it?
Okay. So as I'm sure you all know by now, the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade, and that was the case that that ensured women had the right to receive an abortion if they wanted it, and it blocked the states from making it illegal, basically. So now what has happened since they overturned the case? They're putting it into the states' hands, and the states can all decide what they want to do. They can make any law they want. They can make it illegal. They can criminalize it. They can keep it legal.
Which we have it in all Muslim countries that we
Mhm.
have that illegal too, but we want to really clarify what's the Islamic point of view, and also we want to hear all the women opinion and
Yeah, what are
everyone's
the
actually.
repercussions of this?
Yes,
What
yes,
is it going to mean for all of us too?
yes, yes. Then let me just highlight the Islamic point of view,
Mhm.
and we have more than one opinion, right?
Mhm.
And we have the very strict, and also we have the middle,
Mhm.
and but just let me tell you the rules in the beginning, also to clarify to everyone, because a lot of people understand Islam, and some people don't understand the point behind Islam. Islam don't We don't have that much portion in Islam,
Mhm.
because we have it in the frame, the relationship between man and woman, and it's have to be like a marriage, and that's why we have less about the portion thing.
Mhm.
But a lot of Muslim country right now also, not suffer. I call it suffering, or they have open relationship and freedom that the government finds that they have to put so much strict on it. But let's make it clear about the Islamic point of view. Islamic point of view is no one can take the the soul except the one, the creator, the
Mhm.
Allah. Then it's forbidden totally to for abortion from the point of view of Islam, except if you have a cause like the harm for
Mhm.
women. And also we have the timing. The timing is very important. Then we have then some scholars that like translate or understand the Quran, that it's 40 days,
Mhm.
and that's the tough one. That's 40 days. If the baby reach the 40 days,
Mhm.
then it's forbidden to touch it.
Mhm.
And then we have the 120 days,
Mhm.
because we believe that the soul enter the body in 120 days.
Mhm.
Then, but everybody in Islamic view, that if the life of the woman endangers,
Mhm.
then the abortion is allowed.
Mhm.
If the doctor said that the woman is in danger, then
Mhm.
we are focusing in the woman life
Mhm.
and her rights,
Mhm.
right? And you come from the other side, that is some people misunderstand, and you are
Mhm.
fearing that this is will open a door for back door for when we criminalize it, that
Mhm.
we're going to have like no safety for women, and
Mhm.
we take in their rights. You understand? Then
Mhm.
well, you can say your opinion right now. I tell you about the
Mhm.
Islamic point of view. Then everybody to understand that we don't allow this for like, oh, I don't want to have kids, and no, it is forbidden.
Well, I mean, and still Islamically speaking, I think Muslims don't seek out as many abortions,
I agree. Yes.
because we do believe in marriage, and once you're married, most people, they want to have kids.
Yeah.
So there's not as many like elective abortions going on. Um, but we have to highlight the difference in thought between, so the whole idea of abortion has become very politicized in the United States.
Mhm.
Just even the word abortion is very politicized. Medically speaking, abortion is a medical term that just means the ending of a pregnancy, right? So that could be because you chose to end it and go have an abortion. It could be because you have a miscarriage. It could be because the doctor has to terminate it for a medical reason. The baby is going to die. The mother could die. There are a lot of different reasons that a
Mhm.
pregnancy might be ended or have to end, and under the medical umbrella, it's all called abortion. But politically speaking, the people who are opposed to abortion, they want you to think that that word means somebody just wants to kill their baby.
Taking a life.
It's
Taking a life.
it's somebody's choosing to end a pregnancy because they just don't want it.
Mhm.
And that's not always the case, and that's not always the reason for a woman to have an abortion. So it gets very tricky because of the conversations that people have around it. So first, we have to understand that not all abortions are elective abortions.
Mhm.
Um, and that's where a lot of women, we're very scared about how the laws are going to change. Like what happens if our life is in danger? Are these laws going to prevent us from getting the care that we need? That's
Then my
where I'm
question is
scared
every
about.
state now
Hmm.
we're gonna have their own opinion about abortion.
Yeah,
That's
so each state is making up their own laws now.
Mhm.
And some states have immediately moved to make it illegal.
Mhm.
Some
Illegal, like in on what, like even if the woman is in dangers.
Well, it depends on the state, and we haven't seen all the changes in the law
Mhm.
that are going to happen yet.
Mhm.
So, certain things, that are considered a medical emergency, hopefully, women will still be able to get care for that, like an
Mhm.
ectopic pregnancy. The problem is that a lot of politicians, they don't understand medicine.
Mhm.
They don't understand women's bodies and pregnancy.
Yeah.
They don't know how it works. There have been in some states where politicians say, well, if a woman has an ectopic pregnancy, then the doctor has to remove it and then reimplant it in the uterus. That's not possible.
Mhm.
It's not possible to do that. Um, so if a woman is having an ectopic pregnancy, it always has to be ended, or she could die.
Yeah.
That's a medical emergency.
Mhm.
Like if the baby implants in the fallopian tube, it can't survive, and it'll die and it'll take the mother with it.
Yeah.
So you need immediate medical attention just to save your life. um, going back to the way that we talk about abortion in the United States, the people that are opposed to abortion, they talk about it under like sort of the Christian idea of when life begins, um, which I would say the Bible doesn't fully support. And this is also a political thing, but they say that life begins at conception. So the minute the sperm and the egg
Mhm.
meet,
Um,
there's the soul is there. That's the
mhm.
difference between what we believe.
Yeah,
We
in
believe the soul
Islam,
comes in 120 days.
120 days, that's the majority. And then we
Hmm.
have some minority saying 40
40
days.
days.
Then we have the minimum is 40 days that
Hmm.
you don't touch the baby. If you reach that 40 days,
Hmm.
then you are not supposed to touch the baby and
Right.
leave it in the hand of God. And if you do that, you're killing, a life.
Right.
But the majority said 120. But again, 40 and 120 based on the woman is okay and the baby is okay.
Right.
Then if she is not okay,
Hmm.
then we forget about 40 and 100 because we are based on the one guarantee life, which is the woman,
Right.
which is the mother, and the unguarantee is the baby that is in
Right.
hand of God.
Hmm.
And that's the Islamic point of view. That's my job to do that.
And
Then
that's
not
what a lot of this rhetoric about life beginning at conception forgets, that it's in God's hands,
yes.
because most of the time when an egg is fertilized, it doesn't end up in a baby.
Yeah.
It doesn't always implant.
Yeah.
You know,
And
uh,
also the point, also remember that we talked about also, like if God forbidding a woman was raped,
hmm
you know what I mean? Then it's also in the early stage before the 40s.
hmm
She don't want to live all her life, which she's a younger,
hmm
and she's not able to take care of the baby, and she will not. She will be always remember this,
hmm
you know, crime.
yeah. So
That
Islamically speaking,
Islamic
if you're
speaking is
raped,
before
you
that,
can,
before the time,
yeah.
before the time, yes. But according to Christianity, I don't know. But yeah.
It all depends on who you're talking to,
Mhm.
because some people are very, reasonable about it, and they say, well, yeah, we should make an exception. And some people would say no, make them carry the baby anyway because it's
Interesting.
still murder. That's
Mhm.
what they would say, and then also this idea of life beginning at conception, that impacts a lot of other things too. That impacts IVF. What happens when you're doing IVF? Like if you're having trouble conceiving, you want to have a baby, you do IVF, and you have, like, say 10 embryos,
Mhm.
and you can't use them all. Then
Yeah.
what happens? What's the law going to say about it? This is something that we're concerned about. Then another thing that we're concerned about is if you criminalize abortion. If
That
you
was open.
say,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's very scary. So if you
And that's
say,
what happening in a Muslim country when
mhm,
the doctor's afraid to save a woman,
mhm,
then he's afraid to lose his license and he is
yes,
afraid to be criminalized.
yes,
Then what happened is the girls, they go, the back door and they go
mhm,
to an unprofessional person
yep,
that they will tell them, I'll take care of that, and most of them they die.
they die from
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that we have to consider that. And then in America, I cannot believe that we're reaching that point that
I
we're
can't either.
taking
It's
that.
my
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah,
Roe
yeah,
v. Wade happened before I was born.
yeah,
I never thought
yeah,
that it would come to an end. It's crazy because, abortions aren't going to end.
yeah.
People aren't going to stop having abortions.
I agree
They're
from
just
that
going to
point.
have unsafe ones.
Well, I'm sure that we elected people that they listen to us. That's the main thing that we have to.
Let's hope.
Well, let's hope, and hopefully it doesn't happen in Virginia because I'm sure that we have, and doesn't happen anywhere. That we have to
The law is going to change here. Uh,
for the best for the woman and also for the respect of religion too. And but hopefully it doesn't goes very extreme.
Well, the way that they're talking right now, is they're not going to make it completely illegal like some states are trying to do. From what I understand, they're trying to make it illegal after 15 weeks,
Which is
right? But that's
yeah.
the problem with that
Mhm.
is that most people don't have elective abortions after 15 weeks. After 15 weeks, it's usually because it's medically necessary. Like
Mhm.
you don't get like super far into a pregnancy and say, I changed my mind. Usually when you get pretty
I'm not
far,
into changing my mind things.
no, when you get pretty
Yeah,
far into the pregnancy, usually you want it, and you don't want to lose that
yeah,
pregnancy. So usually when you're getting a late term abortion, it's because, there's something wrong with the baby,
yeah.
your health is at risk, you could die. And that's where it becomes, like time is of the essence,
Mhm.
and you have to act on it quickly, like if there's some kind of a medical emergency. So, and this is where both sides misunderstand each other.
Yeah.
Like if you understand, like if you have a uterus and you're scared for yourself,
Mhm.
you understand this. But if you're just, in this idea about abortion is murder and we're saving babies, then you're not actually thinking about the medical aspect. And it becomes very extreme in with some people and with some women, who are very, very much pro-life, and they say, I won't have an abortion no matter what. So let me ask you this question. I've got a philosophical question for
Okay,
you, like a
I'm in the
religious
spot
question
right
for you,
now.
because
Mhm.
I've heard women say this. They say, I won't have an abortion no matter what. And if they're in the position where the doctor is saying, if you keep carrying this baby, you will die, and they say, well, I don't believe in abortion, I'm not going to kill my baby, and then they die, wouldn't that be considered suicide?
Suicide? Well, the doctor also is not God, but if she took this decision in her faith, that's her call, and God is a judge. I can't say no, no. Honestly, it's a very good question, a tricky question.
Hmm.
Problem is, if the doctor, okay, in Islamically, you have to get opinion of a Muslim doctor. Okay,
Okay.
that's our faith.
Yeah.
Like because I will not because if a doctor is not a Muslim,
Hmm.
he doesn't understand the rules of
Sure.
Islam. Then I will say, can you please? I want to advise from a Muslim doctor.
Hmm.
If a Muslim doctor, that point will change everything.
Hmm.
If the Muslim doctor said, your risk is like 90%,
Hmm.
right? And he told her husband that. And her husband, concerned with her and tell, listen, you're young and, this is not healthy and stuff like that. and if still she insists,
Mm-hmm.
that's again, I'm not going to play the God and say she's going to be in hellfire.
Right.
That's she took the risk,
Mm-hmm.
and she took the risk, and she said, that's my decision,
Mm-hmm.
and God knows, and I believe in God
Mm-hmm.
mercy, and I will survive from that. If she didn't survive, that's between her and God.
Yeah.
But we have first a Muslim doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and we confirm her risk. Then it's between her husband and
Mm-hmm.
her, and then in the final, it's her decision,
Mm-hmm.
her faith, her
Yeah.
belief in God, right? If she went this way, then it's like to choose to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the miracle will happen. We still have miracle. We
Yeah,
still
of course.
believe that God is in control of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the
Mm-hmm.
point. But if she said, "I don't care about all of you, and I'm gonna keep it. I want to have the baby," then the father will be single. Then
Her
she
kids
take.
will be without a
Well,
mother.
yeah, but I mean, I'm not a mother to know the feeling. She want a baby, and maybe miracle will happen, and she will survive. Doctor is not 100%.
Yeah.
Even if every numbers is showing, still in the hand of God. We
Yeah.
get this all the time when people call me and tell my father is in a life support,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor said he's dead, and we're gonna unblock.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tell him, if God will,
Mm-hmm.
this blood
Mm-hmm.
taken off.
Mm-hmm.
If God meant that this your father will alive, he will
Mm-hmm.
be alive. But
Yeah.
we also say, ask the doctor first,
Mm-hmm.
Muslim doctor.
Yeah.
Is there's a chance that he can live? There's
Mm-hmm.
anything working, like he's not vegetable, he's not like he's still.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance. Then keep the block. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because if there's any chance, keep
Right.
it.
Of course.
But if the doctor said it's done and we are
Mm-hmm.
unblocked, then we always tell the families, believe in God. Let's
Mm-hmm.
pray. And if he unplug, and we have a lot of stories that
Yeah.
after they unplug it,
Mm-hmm.
the life come back,
Right.
and he start to breathe and his own and everything. Then we have to go back to God, and we have to have faith.
Yeah.
And
But
that
see, some people who are very extreme, and I don't want to say all Christians because there's
no,
a
okay.
variety of different beliefs in Christianity. But the more extreme Christians, the ones that say life begins at conception and everything, they would also say you could never unplug it.
Okay, I want to tell you that if every religion have extreme,
Yeah.
in
Of course,
Islam,
we have it too.
also we
Yeah.
have people saying that it's forbidden
Mm-hmm.
100%, even not 40 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the mercy of God that we have option, we have
Mm-hmm.
opinion, we have opinion of none at all. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, you know what? Like, forget about the mother.
Yeah.
You will not leave the baby. We have that one.
Oh.
But then we have the 40 days,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have the 120 days. If one of Muslim insists to take the like none,
Mm-hmm.
then he's going with a scholar
Mm-hmm.
that he will be standing in front of God because I base my decision on this opinion.
Right.
And then we have 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to be based on my belief on this 40 days on this scholar.
Right.
Then now this scholar, his neck is with Allah, with
Yeah.
God. And then we have the mercy one, and we have the soft one, which is
Mm-hmm.
120. Will give us room. We have recently a family, well, you know
Mm-hmm.
that. Then we have a mother that she want to keep the baby,
Mm-hmm.
but her husband said, "I'm going to leave you
Mm-hmm.
if you don't make a portion." And
Mm-hmm.
I feel this is disgusting,
Yeah.
because the woman want to keep it,
Right.
but now if we figure out, he
I
said
keep
to
the baby and get rid of the man.
I wish that she made this decision.
That's what
But
I would do.
I wish to keep this decision, but I have to say it in video that she had the choice. She said, "I don't want to be a single mother.
Yeah.
I don't want to raise him by myself.
Right.
If my husband is not going to support me, and it's very early pregnancy,
Yeah.
and guess what? My answer is clearly,
Mm-hmm.
you make the decision. It's very early,
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah.
Then she doesn't have the financial.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have the support from her husband.
Yeah.
She make the decision. It's very early in the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I support 100%.
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of people will the other side, the extreme one. They will tell me you make your own decision, but it was very early. Now she's going to be in the street. She doesn't want. She cannot, and he is. I don't like him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
decision. But what can I do?
Right.
That's it. I mean, now I hope he's not listening.
Maybe he won't over time. But.
Yeah, there is a lot of stories like that. But I mean, anyway. Well, I'm glad that we highlight this because I would like the Muslim and non-Muslim to understand. It's very like iffy situation right now. We have it here, but we have to understand all the point of view,
Yeah.
and hopefully, the people who put the law, they listening to all the opinions, and then finally they come to a middle ground. Hopefully, middle ground. No.
Are you talking about in Virginia?
Yeah.
Because now it's up to all of the states now.
Mhm.
We're at their mercy. Yes, we can tell them what we think. I think that they shouldn't change the laws, but they're not going to listen to me. They're already determined to change them. I don't think it's going to be as bad here as it is in some of the other states. And, in some of the states, they've already made it illegal. They've already criminalized it, and this is my point about, where it's very scary as a woman, because going back to what I said about the medical definition of abortion,
Yeah. Yeah.
even a miscarriage is medically speaking an abortion. And when a pregnancy ends, you don't always know why. I mean,
Yeah.
a person, I mean, the woman, might know, she knows whether she caused it to happen or whether it happened on its own. But somebody else, like if I have a miscarriage, they could accuse me.
They cannot approve
of-
it though. She cannot prove anything. But her doctor can approve.
But Sharif, if they criminalize it in a state where they're just going really overboard, and then a woman has a miscarriage and she can't prove
Yeah.
that happened naturally, you're going to see women being arrested for
Right.
having miscarriages.
In America.
We're supposed to have freedom here.
That's
This
why I
is
moved
what we
here,
say.
though.
This is what we say. Like whenever we have an enemy somewhere, they hate our freedom.
Yeah.
What is that? What kind of freedom is
we're
this?
giving our freedom. Yeah. I totally understand the women point of view, and I point the Islamic point of view, and hopefully, I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions.
Let me also bring this up, okay?
Please.
Let's say you pass the 120 days, but the doctor tells you there's something wrong with the baby. The baby won't survive.
Muslim doctors, then she have the option. She have
Yeah.
the option. Again, it's if you get a Muslim doctor say that you even 120 days and you have your life in risk, let's save the mother, and that's God forbid me. I'm not saying forget about the baby, because he is not guaranteed.
Because if they know that the baby's gonna, sometimes there's
Go with the
horrible
guarantee.
birth defects. The baby won't survive. The baby won't make
Go
it.
with the guarantee, which is the mother life, then the unguarantee, which is the baby.
Yeah.
And again, this is after we get first opinion, second opinion,
Yeah, of
Muslims, and they believe in our faith, and they give us the opinion. We based our decision on that.
And then this is also what I want to point out, that that I like about America, theoretically, anyways, as an American.
Until now.
As an American, we have freedom of religion here.
Yeah.
And we have separation of church and state, and nobody should be making laws based on Christian beliefs.
No, you're
and
right.
certainly
Absolutely
not on
right.
politicized Christian
Absolutely
beliefs. Just
right.
like I would never want laws
Yes.
based on Muslim beliefs either.
I agree with you.
We're supposed to have a complete separation there.
Yes.
And this is what's very scary about it, because there are states that are imposing their own version of their religion's laws on everyone, that's not right.
America. That's not America, which I agree with you. I love America when they actually take opinion of everybody and accommodate every faith.
If you don't believe
yes.
in abortions, don't have an abortion.
Yes.
Yes. But don't force your beliefs on everybody else.
I agree.
Because it's
100%.
dangerous.
100%. And thank you very much for a very sensitive topic. I'm sure I'm going to be attacked anyway.
You can attack me.
Then attack her. But I said the true in Islamic faith, just to clarify where Islam stands. And I'm happy to receive your text message and questions. More clarity.
You can comment on the video.
And you can comment on the video.
Don't just call him in the middle of the night to yell at him about what's wrong with your wife.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. That we represent Islam, the correct Islam, and not the extremes, not the culture. And that's why I'm here, and I love here, and I will live here, I will die here, because what I practice here and enjoy, my freedom. I pray that we keep the freedom as it is. Yeah. And thank you very much. If you like the video, as it's a very hot topic right now, share it and put your opinion, and hopefully we can get this straight and keep America safe. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.